My journey into the heart of what makes a company truly great began with a simple yet profound question. Can a good company become a great company? And if so, how? This question was not merely academic. We observed that many companies achieve competence, yet never make the leap to sustained, exceptional performance. They remain merely good, while a select few transform into icons of greatness. This disparity sparked an intense curiosity within our research team. Our project aimed to identify companies that shifted from good to great, maintaining high performance for at least 15 years. The principles of moving from good to great can apply to any organization. The desire to achieve excellence and build something lasting is universal. Our findings provide a practical framework for those not content with mediocrity. The journey is not easy, but our research showed it is possible. This essay will explore the core concepts that enable this remarkable transformation. We embarked on an exhaustive 5-year research project. Our team sifted through decades of financial data and company histories. We started with a list of 1,435 companies from 1965 to 1995. Our criterion was a pattern of performance with a distinct transition point. This filter identified 11 companies that made the leap to greatness. These companies were Abbott, Circuit City, Fannie Mae, Gillette, Kimberly-Clark, Kroger, Nucor, Philip Morris, Pitney Bowes, Walgreens, and Wells Fargo. Each demonstrated a remarkable transformation. We then selected a direct comparison company for each. These comparison companies had similar opportunities but did not make the leap. This comparative analysis was vital. It helped us isolate the factors distinctive to the good to great companies. Our research involved a deep dive into these companies. The blueprint was about timeless disciplines of thought and action. One of the most striking discoveries from our research was the critical role of what we came to call Level 5 leadership. These leaders were not the high-profile, charismatic figures often celebrated in the media. Instead, Level 5 leaders embody a paradoxical blend of profound personal humility and intense professional will. They are ambitious, to be sure, but their ambition is first and foremost for the institution, not for themselves. They are driven by a compelling need to build something great and lasting, something that will endure beyond their tenure. The personal humility of Level 5 leaders is often quite remarkable. They tend to be modest, understated, and even shy. They shun public adulation and are uncomfortable with drawing attention to themselves. When things go well, they are quick to credit others, external factors, or good luck. However, this humility is coupled with an unwavering, stoic, and fierce resolve to do whatever it takes to make the company great. When things go poorly, Level 5 leaders look in the mirror. They accept full responsibility, never blaming other people, external factors, or bad luck. Consider Darwin E. Smith of Kimberly-Clark, who transformed the company into the leading paper-based consumer products company in the world. He exemplified Level 5 leadership, modest in demeanor, but ferocious in his pursuit of a great outcome for the company, not for himself. A fundamental principle from our research is, first who, then what. Good to great leaders start with who, not what, to adapt to change. With the right people in the right seats, you can reach great destinations. The key is to get the right team in place first. Emphasize character, work ethic, and values over skills. Skills can be taught, but qualities like discipline and responsibility are innate. Be rigorous in hiring and act decisively with poor fits. Find people who fit the culture and share the vision. Make tough personnel decisions when necessary. Ensure everyone is in the right seat. This focus on talent management drives the company forward. Section 5. Confront the brutal facts. The Stockdale paradox. Good to great companies confronted brutal facts while maintaining faith they would prevail. Named after Admiral Jim Stockdale, who survived as a prisoner of war in Vietnam. The Stockdale paradox is about facing harsh realities without losing faith. This duality was key for companies making the leap. Section 6. The hedgehog concept. Simplicity in 3 circles. The hedgehog concept is derived from an ancient Greek parable. The fox knows many things, but the hedgehog knows one big thing. This big thing is at the intersection of 3 circles. What you can be the best at, what drives your economic engine, and what you are deeply passionate about. Great companies focus on this intersection to channel their resources effectively. Section 7. A culture of discipline, freedom and responsibility. A culture of discipline was a pervasive characteristic of all the good to great companies. However, this was not a culture of tyranny or bureaucracy, where discipline was imposed from the top down through rigid rules and excessive controls. Instead, it was a culture where disciplined people engaged in disciplined thought and then took disciplined action. This began with hiring self-disciplined individuals, people who do not need to be managed in the traditional sense because they possess an inner drive to excel and take responsibility for their actions. Within this framework, disciplined thought is crucial. It means confronting the brutal facts, as discussed earlier, and engaging in rigorous, evidence-based decision-making. It involves avoiding distractions and focusing on the few things that truly matter, guided by the hedgehog concept. Disciplined action is the natural outcome of disciplined people engaging in disciplined thought. It means consistently executing the chosen strategy and adhering to the established priorities, even when faced with difficulties or temptations to deviate. Importantly, this culture of discipline creates a framework of freedom and responsibility. Because the company is populated by self-disciplined people who adhere to a disciplined framework, there is less need for hierarchical control, bureaucracy, and excessive rules. This disciplined approach allowed Nuka to consistently outperform its much larger, more bureaucratic competitors, demonstrating the power of a culture built on self-disciplined individuals. Section 8. Technology accelerators and the flywheel, building unstoppable momentum. Good to great companies use technology as an accelerator, not a creator of momentum. They focus on their hedgehog concept and select technologies that enhance their goals. Technology serves the vision, it does not define it. This thoughtful approach creates unstoppable momentum, propelling companies from good to great. Section 9. Sustaining greatness beyond the transition. Achieving the transition from good to great is a monumental accomplishment, but the journey does not end there. The principles that drive this transformation are also crucial for sustaining greatness over the long haul. The good to great companies that continued to thrive did so by remaining true to these core disciplines. They maintained level 5 leadership, continually renewed their commitment to getting the right people on the bus, persistently confronted the brutal facts, stayed true to their hedgehog concept, and upheld their culture of discipline. Sustained greatness requires vigilance and a relentless commitment to these foundational elements, preventing complacency from setting in. One of the key challenges in sustaining greatness is the potential for the organization to lose its way, especially during leadership transitions or when faced with new, unforeseen challenges. The flywheel can slow down if the disciplined pushing stops or if the direction becomes inconsistent. Therefore, great companies institutionalize the good to great principles, embedding them deep within the culture and operating practices. This ensures that the pursuit of excellence becomes a way of life, not merely dependent on a single leader or a specific set of circumstances. The goal is to build an organization that is capable of renewing itself and adapting over generations. The challenge for any leader or organization aspiring to greatness is to embrace these principles and embark on the disciplined path towards a truly remarkable future.